Manger demands I come to work in the middle of my class. I'm in my last semester of college and I will be graduating this July. I started a new job last month and told my employer that I am a full-time student and gave them a copy of my class. I made it clear I will not work on the days I have class because if I get marked as absent it dings my grade. I work as a direct support professional. Fancy name for in-home caregiver. And I basically provide care for special needs adults. I only work 24 hours per week. Saturday and Sunday. I work with a high-intense client who has weekly meetings on Thursday and I was told that they are mandatory. The high-intense client's case manager I will refer to as Jay. She is not my direct manager. Jay told me about the mandatory weekly meeting for the high support client. I explained to Jay that I would not be able to attend since I have class during that time. She said it was fine and she would just send me a form that summarizes what took place at the meeting. Thursday comes around, I have 5 missed calls and text messages from Jay asking where I am and why am I not at the meeting. I text Jay back explaining I told her I have class in the afternoon and I can't miss it. She sent a passive-aggressive message back, well, you should have planned better. You'll have to make up the meeting. I was super pissed and seriously was going to quit, but I messaged my main manager about the situation and she was super understanding. She basically told Jay that this was the agreement I had when I was hired. Seriously. Why can't Mangers understand school is more important than a stupid job? Welcome to the rest of your life, where some people only care about things that directly affect them. Dear Jay, I'm replying to your demand that I attend meetings on Thursdays. When I was hired for this position, I made it clear that, due to my full-time course load at college, my availability to work consisted of Saturday and Sunday with up to 24 hours per week total. This was agreed to by the company and the hiring manager. Insert name. When I was hired. And I see no valid reason to revisit that agreement at this time. When you initially approached me to request that I add the Thursday meeting to my availability, I declined because that date and time is outside the hours I have made available for work. At that point you told me that this was perfectly okay and that you would email me a summary of the meeting with any necessary attention points from that meeting in the summary. I reiterate that my availability has not changed since I was hired in for this position, nor has my full-time college course load. Once my courses are completed, insert degree completion date, we can revisit the question of my availability to work. CC this to HR and Jay's manager. Base attitude. No, my monkey, not my circus. This is a fee-for-service deal with you renting my spare hours from me to do your work for you. This is not an ownership deal where you get to unilaterally dictate my availability to work. And it never was such. Once had a manager ask me when my new school schedule dropped that I needed to choose between my school and my job. I chose school. 'Cause I didn't fly over 1,000 miles to work at a sandwich shop. Ask her where the form is. She said it was fine and she would just send me a form that summarizes what took place at the meeting. If it can be summarized in an email, the meeting probably doesn't need to happen at all. Honestly, as hard as it is to find personal care workers right now, I'm the dad of a disabled kid. I know. Jay should be kissing your ass, not writing it. I would block Jay from ever calling or texting me. That's your phone and not company provided, right? Tell her she has your email. They do understand. They just don't care. What they need and or want supersedes anything of importance in your life. I left my role as a DSP because the clients were becoming extremely violent and nothing was being done about it. I'd come in and get beaten up every day because their parents, guardians, they were adults, refused to medicate them and the state wouldn't step in because it would require a court hearing. Now I work with chronically homeless adults who struggle with mental illness and I enjoy it much more because I don't get beaten up anymore, and if any of them try they'll get arrested. And they know they will. Manger demands I come to work in the middle of my class. She is not my direct manager. And then your actual manager had your back. Why is this not a nothing burger? I worked a retail job during my undergrad. On multiple occasions my mangers would talk about giving me more hours or promoting me after I graduate. Bitch please. When I graduate I will be working in my new field. The lesson is, always get it in writing. I get her need to keep staff informed about the client. I have been in her shoes, and some special needs folks are just so medically and behaviorally complicated that it takes weekly meetings. That said, she forgot that you had the conversation and took it out on you. It's a hard job, what you do, and while it is pretty thankless and low paying, I just want to say when you show up, you mean the world to the person you serve and the other people who help provide care to them. Direct care workers should be paid 3x what they are. Thanks for caring. I believe that the case manager, J, has a touch of jealousy perhaps? She is working in the caregiving role and won't have any options but to continue in this role until she dies or retires. You on the other hand have this as a stepping stone and will, in a couple of years, be on to bigger and better things. Good luck. Anyone who says, should have not been elevated to a place of authority. Sorry. Communication skills matter. They struggle to understand your perspective because they're selfish and self-centered. They're not concerned about others that are around them, only how those affect them. Notice it wasn't okay till a higher manager made it okay, possibly negatively affecting the lower manager's image. Over the course of my working life, I can name one boss out of roughly a dozen. Yes, I am older, who understood that life comes before the job. I work to live. I do not live to work. Good advice to learn early. 1. Don't answer work calls on your days off unless you're on call or you make time and a half for coming in. 2. Every conversation you have should be via email if it pertains to something important like scheduling, and should be archived somewhere locally or sent to a backup email. Nope. Politely inform your boss you won't be there. A suggestion. There's probably a button on your phone to turn it off. Use that button. No texts. No voicemails. No emails. I mean, heck, if you've got a landline phone, give them that number instead of your cell's number.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.